Let's go!
I would like to address something that has me pretty excited right now amidst the absolute chaos that is this year. Genuinely brought my spirits back up for a moment. You know, it was like, oh, holy crap. Earlier today, there's a pretty big tip that you can play from Wario64, who's got some interesting information when it comes to video game stuff on the social medias. You can play Bloodborne on PC with PlayStation Now, talking about streaming, right? You can essentially stream your PlayStation to your PC, play your PlayStation games on PC, but this has been something that's been going on forever, right? So he's just confirming that. You can play Bloodborne on PC with PS Now, or wait a little longer. Wait a little longer, huh? That's weird. And then somebody else followed up. Somebody with a great post, right? One of these Twitter posts that is like, Bloodborne's coming to PC. Check out the list below to learn more about it. And then you would scroll down and it would be a whole bunch of like BLM related information and donation charities and everything. It was like, okay, you got me and good shit. You got me and good shit. But they later went on and were even like, you know, this kind of started as like getting attention towards charities, but wow, and for those joining me, yes, Bloodborne will be coming to PC. I've had it confirmed by a very trusted source, and I have a lot of faith in the company who's doing the port. You won't be disappointed, it genuinely is happening. Huh. So then I started looking into it a bit further, trying to figure out where these sources might be coming from and what is exactly going on. Because we got bullshitted not that long ago. There was somebody that mentioned a Bloodborne PC port. However, the source that it was and the website that was talking about it was the most nonsensical horseshit in the world. Absolutely, like, who was your source? Oh, some guy. What? Huh? Like, it was insane if you actually track that story back, and it was complete bullshit. That very trusted source might be the same trusted source as this. You know what? Maybe. Maybe there was a little hint of truth in that random source that guy had, or that website posted, but now it's not just one random person. Now this is being backed up from several people. Source was myself from the future about there being Bloodborne 2. So the interesting thing about this forum and what's happening is that there is some aligning evidence about this even existing, because on this forum, if the thread's gonna stay and it's not bullshit, because the other thread did get shut down, then you have to essentially tell the mods of the forum, here's where I'm getting my information, here's the people that can back me up, this should stay. Because they can't just post like rumors and shit all the time on this forum. A moderator is saying that they've been informed, and that is all. And that's all they're allowed to do. I've read several other interesting tweets from industry insiders, people that have spoken and talked about the release of Horizon Zero Dawn before it was even announced for PC, saying that games like that were coming to PC. Somebody that clearly has some information on what is going on with PlayStation's PC lineup and what other PlayStation games might be coming to PC. The same person had the same info about Bloodborne. They said it's happening. So, this is all leading to very good news, and even other things that other people that seem to have more information saying that the next 2 years for FromSoft fans is going to be intense. Like, they're not confirming or denying Bloodborne 2 on PC, but they leave you a little sprinkle of what's happening in the future, and they said that the next couple years for FromSoft fans is going to be pretty nuts. And here's what I think it is. I think number one, and an almost a very high likelihood, we talked about it before, is going to be the Demon's Souls remake by Bluepoint, the guys who did Shadow of the Colossus remake, which was incredible. I don't know who's doing the PC port, if there even is a PC port of Bloodborne. But we also obviously have Elden Ring, and Elden Ring is going to be around the horizon. Theoretically, a Bloodborne PC port is not going to be made by FromSoft, because all things considered, FromSoft doesn't actually have a great track record with the PC ports of their games, right? Even up until some even up until like Sekiro and even Dark Souls 3, it's pretty damn clear that these games are primarily developed on consoles, and then they put them out on PC too with some minor additions. The thought that Sony, obviously the company that owns Bloodborne, is going out to actually find a developer, a prominent PC developer, to update and get Bloodborne as a PC release leaves me with some pretty high hopes, right? Maybe it's not going to be a direct port, right? Maybe it's not just going to be 60 FPS. Maybe they're not just going to have us remove chromatic aberration or anything like that. Like, I think if they actually take this seriously, and it seems like Sony likes Bloodborne. I mean, they're still doing Bloodborne related stuff. If they do take it seriously, how crazy would it be if they actually up-res a lot of the texture quality in the game? Imagine if they actually found a way to get Bloodborne to have 4K textures. A lot of that kind of stuff can definitely happen depending on how much budget a PC port has. Not even to mention true unlocked frame rates. Bloodborne not just running at 60 frames per second, Bloodborne running at 144 frames per second. Like, now we're getting into territories of like, oh shit, like 144 hertz Bloodborne is some, like, we don't even deserve that. That's some Eldritch Truth shit that we don't even deserve. But if this PC port goes above and beyond, I am so excited, right? I am so excited just to think of us playing Bloodborne and meeting up online and going through Chalice dungeons together again and just reliving that game and then doing it again on New Game Plus. And here's the funny thing. Miyazaki and a lot of FromSoft guys have even admitted that Bloodborne was one of their favorite projects that they've ever worked on. They admitted it during some interviews about Deracine, the VR game they released, that they love Bloodborne, right? They put some obvious nods all over the place in Deracine, which was super weird and interesting. And we were thinking, is this gonna be Bloodborne 2? It didn't, but there's clearly some things in there. And they specifically had to tell people there might be a lot of nods to Bloodborne in Deracine and some interesting aspects in it, but they had to reliably tell you it's not, like, we're not trying to allure towards a sequel. Like, we're not trying to tell you and hint that there's gonna be a Bloodborne 2. Okay, that's cute, that's cute. But at the same time, they would say Bloodborne, though, is one of the greatest projects. Like, it's like on the top of FromSoft's like tier list of the games that they love to make. Apparently Bloodborne was very high in terms of Miyazaki and even other FromSoft guys. So they speak very highly of Bloodborne. Like, they love that shit. So it's clear that they like Bloodborne, right? But even so, they've spoken about Bloodborne and its development, about how this game eventually came out. There's some stuff that they wanted to fix. There were some things in Bloodborne, especially like, I believe it was stat-wise and upgrade-wise, that they did want to change. How crazy would it be that with the guidance of maybe Miyazaki and some of the guys at FromSoft who designed Bloodborne, how crazy would it be if they integrate those fixes into Bloodborne? Like, right? What if they give you the ability to respec your character? What if they actually change several of the ways that blood gems work? What if they try to go over some of the issues that Bloodborne has with like blood vials and stuff like that, right? There's clearly how the lack of blood rocks, right? There's some stuff throughout Bloodborne that can get super grindy, like extremely grindy, almost to the point of which this is ridiculous. But just like, I don't need to say anything more than imagine being able to respec your character in Bloodborne. Because one of the worst things in Bloodborne is that you just do not get the option of using some weapons because of your ability to respec your character. If you went all the way in strength and dex or some shit, then you're just not gonna be able to use some things unless you just massively overlevel your character, which takes a shit ton of grinding. And here's the thing, yeah, and Attack of the Sage, there's a bug! Attack of the Sage had it correct, had another great observation. Even if that isn't in the game, in the eventual possible PC version of Bloodborne, imagine if you can just mod that shit in. Imagine if there's a fan mod that just allows you to get respec, just allows you to fix this blood gem stuff. My God, man. So long story short, I'm ridiculously excited. This one, the previous rumor of Bloodborne PC happening, which was a few weeks ago, I did not believe, right? It seemed really exciting and really cool, and a lot of people were telling me, but when I eventually went back and found out where it was coming from, I was like, this is bullshit. This is nothing. However, now it seems that there's a lot of pretty good information leading up to the fact that it might be real. It seems like maybe Bloodborne on PC could be real. And I hope it's not. I hope it's sooner than later, right? I hope that it's sooner than later. Bloodborne with some of that cut content modded in? Shit! Now you can get people to actually retexture some of the things that didn't have textures but have animations and shit. You can get people to actually mod in a lot of the insane cut content that Bloodborne has. We gonna have to do another lore run? Yeah, hell yes. Absolutely. Oh my God.